sure whose idea it was, actually. Stan's, Axe's, or even mine. You see, I don't remember any major discussion. That's what's great about the guys. We don't talk much. We just go. We just do. My dad drives me nuts with all of his discussion nonsense. Okay, family, let's decide what we're going to have for dinner tonight. Fran, you said something about Italian, which is okay, but I just had pizza for lunch. Brian, you prefer Mexican, which I know is the most reasonably priced, but it's halfway across town. So what if we save via food, we lose via gas? I've actually had a taste in my mouth for a good sirloin all night. Fran, is that okay with you? Brian, your mother wants steak, so I guess steak it is. Never try to say no to a woman, right, boy? 3 friends. Good friends. Stan, Axe, and Brian. Someone got an idea to go to a cemetery. Not only that, but to write messages from beyond the grave. When they see something that no one expects. Cemetery Vandalism and the Regular Guy by Deborah Kowarski. You see, somebody got the idea. Not sure who, but it was a good idea. And we don't really care who got the idea because in our group there's some sort of secret code where we're all equal. In the real world, Stan would be, well, the geek. And Axe, the brute. Or the bully, more like. And me, what would I be? You see, I'm smart, but not quite as geeky as Stan. I'm not as intimidating as Axe, but nobody comes near me either. He got his name Axe because his real name is Axel Rod, but if anybody called him by that name, he'd break your knees off. What would I be? I guess I'm just regular. How depressing. But it's alright, because in the group we're all equal. You see, someone got the idea to go visit a cemetery at midnight. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Been there, done that. But Stan, he comes up with the cleverest ideas. I can still remember him. Now, guys, we will go to the cemetery, and we will read a gravestone and personalize a message to the survivors.
What are you talking about?
I asked. Never really understood what Stan ever said. Now, calm down, big guy. See, say we read a gravestone, and it says, in memory of Joe Schmo, survived by his loving wife, Maybelle. We would write a message that said something like, Dear Maybelle, forget about your dentures. We're all toothless down here anyway. Stan was laughing so hard his glasses was almost falling down his nose. Thank goodness it's that big lump, or he would have lost them altogether. So there we were. Post-it bandits. Post-it Zorba. Morons. You see, we would go around and we would stick it to every single gravestone. Even Axe got into it after a while. His best was, Dear Henrietta, get that plumber out of my bed or he'll lose more than his toolbox. Now, everything was going great. We were having the time of our lives until we made it to the new section. The part with the most recent graves. You see, some of the trees hadn't been cut back yet, and it was dark, because they were going to be cut for more graves. It was actually the farthest part away from the road where Axe had parked the car. The ground was still soft. As I stepped in, I imagined myself sinking deeper, deeper into the freshly plowed soil. But that was all imaginary. You see, we began when I looked up at Stan and saw his face. In the moonlight, you could see all of the color rush from it down into his throat. My eyes followed his gaze, and I saw what looked like a little old lady, hunched over a pack of soil, hugging the grave of what could have been maybe her husband, granddaughter. We walked over, and I offered a lift. It's not safe out at midnight. Would you like a ride? Now, there was no answer. Then I heard Axe shivering. You see, when you're that big, it's kind of hard to shiver softly. What is your problem?
I think she stopped us with the post-it notes.
We all three froze. We realized at that moment we must have offended her with what we were doing to the graveyard. Don't worry, we'll clean it all up. We'll get every single post-it note. So there we were. We were running through the graveyard, peeling off post-it notes from what seemed to be 1,000 graves, if not 100. Then I heard Stan. "Don't throw them on the ground, you morons. That's littering."
Where do you want me to put them then?
"Stick out on my jacket. I can ditch them when we get home." And of course, we listened. So there's me and X. We grabbed a handful of post-it notes and slapped them on Stan and went back for some more. When I heard another voice, this one was Ax's.
Help, guys! Help! My leg!
"Where are you? I can't see anything." You see, the clouds had covered the moon, and it was pitch black. Me and Stan followed the voice, and we found a big hole with Axe at the bottom of it. I think there was going to be another funeral the next day, for Axe had fallen into a freshly dug grave. Now, I'm not entirely sure how we did it, or exactly what we did, but after about 5 or 10 minutes, we finally managed to pull the hulk of an Axe out of the grave, covered in mud. He was hardly visible. He was about twice his normal size, with the amount of mud packed onto his clothes and skin. We had realized we had gotten all the post-it notes off when we ran back to the old lady. Axe wanted to get out of here. You see, his leg had also been injured as he fell, and he was limping toward the car. "No, we are not leaving without that little old lady." So I offered again a lift, this time kneeling really close to her and putting my hand on her shoulder. Slowly I started to rock her, and then I started to pull her away from the grave. And she rolled onto her back, her dull gray eyes looking straight up to the moon.
I think she's dead.
Sure enough, she was. "Oh my gosh, we must take her somewhere else."
Why? Let's just get out of here.
"Let's go get some help." "No, we have to take her now. We can't just leave her here for the hungry animals." "Come on, we've got to go." "No. Brian, I'm too small, and Axe is injured. You have to carry her." "What, are you insane?" "Yes, come on. Don't you understand? Somebody's grandmother, maybe. Hugging the earth of somebody who she loved more than her very own life. Are you just going to leave her here for the animals?" That's Stan. Sure was a smooth-talking geek. So we were, the 3 loser musketeers. Axe, a mud giant dragging his injured leg behind him. Stan, a peely geek covered in yellow post-it notes. And me, just a regular guy, with a stone-dead old lady in my hands. Then, from in front of us, we heard voices.
Halt! Don't move. This is the police.
"Put your hands above your head." The light from the second officer shone in my eyes so brightly I jumped, and the little old lady's head fell onto the ground. Okay, so it was her wig. But the expression on the cops' faces, priceless. Well worth anything we got afterwards. Excuse me a moment. "Axe, bring me another bag. Mine's empty. Stan, tell the officer it's about time to go for the day. Hey, do you mind not throwing that gum wrapper on the ground? Gotta keep things clean. Community service, you know."